Unfortunately, due to disjointed laws and basic incompetence on many levels, the U.S. has suffered a self-inflicted wound in the murder of our daughter by the hand of a person that should have never been on the streets of this country. Our family realized the complexity of immigration laws. However, we feel strongly that some legislation should be discussed, enacted, or changed to take these undocumented immigrant felons off our streets for good.
Yeah, I hope they weren't keeping Al Franken awake. Joining us now is Tom Tancredo, former congressman, of course, and former presidential candidate, author of In Mortal Danger, The Battle for America's Border and Security. Congressman, I welcome you. Earlier in the show, I had the father of a victim. His son was killed by an illegal in Arizona, Mesa, Arizona. And, he credits Donald Trump with bringing this issue to the fore and with him and the other parents being heard on this. Do you agree that he kind of started something here?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, God knows we've tried for years and years. We have tried to get the attention of this country focused on this problem. The fact is, the horrible fact is, it's not unique. This murder, and my heart goes out to the parents, and I'm so glad that there has been some sort of attention focused on it, and especially the problem of sanctuary cities. The reality is that there are thousands of Americans who have been killed. Thousands of Americans who have been killed. I say that again because I don't know if people understand. It's not just this young lady. Thousands have been killed by people who are here illegally. Hundreds of thousands have been raped, robbed, or some other mayhem committed upon them by people who are here illegally. And we have been trying for years. And it has taken Donald Trump, because of his profile, because of his personality, it's taken him to get this, this focus where it should be. And I am absolutely so thankful that it's happening.
Right, and of course Trump is now going down to to Texas, to the Mexican border, right in the backyard of Rick Perry, who he's I guess attacked recently for wearing glasses just so that he could look smart. I had Jim Abbott, the current governor of Texas, on this show a couple of weeks ago, and I asked him if Trump's earlier attacks on Perry about doing nothing for the border were warranted, and he kind of sidestepped that. He didn't rush to the defense of Governor Perry. What kind of job do you think Perry did in Texas as governor when it came to the border?
Let me tell you, he was absent without leave for a large part of his career there. And we tried again. I must tell you, I don't know how many times, even during the 2007 election, we would try to get that, that was the whole reason I was running for that primary. The presidential primary. I had only one purpose, was to get everybody to talk about the issue. He was one that we were trying desperately to get to discuss it, because he had, at the time, was also looking at that possibility of running for president. But he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't touch it. In fact, he attacked me during that period of time, saying that, you can be for border security, but you don't have to be like Tancredo, whatever that means. And he stayed away from it completely. So I say, good for you, Donald Trump. Go after these people who are, latecomers to the issue. Now people want to get on board. Now Dianne Feinstein, for God's sake, is actually talking about, geez, these sanctuary cities, I don't know if we should have that. I passed a resolution, I think 7 times. 6 or 7 times, I was able to amend an appropriations bill to actually add teeth to the law that exists on the books against sanctuary cities. There's just no penalty for it. So I applied a penalty, and every time it got killed in the Senate. And Dianne Feinstein was one of the ones with a silver spike.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask you about Congress and sanctuary cities, and she was one of the first ones to speak out after Steinle's death in San Francisco. So what do you think with the parents that testified yesterday? Do you think Congress is going to act, and do you think the president will do anything?
I think Congress will act. Whether it will actually pass legislation that will put teeth into that bill, into that law, I don't know. That's really the only thing they can do that's meaningful. I would guess that there will be some movement there. And if it goes in as mine attempted to, as amendments to the appropriations bill for Commerce State Justice or for any of the other agencies that deal with this, then there is a chance that something indeed might happen, because Obama may choose just not to veto the whole funding bill. So,
Right.
yeah, it's possible.
All right, Congressman, it is always good to talk to you, sir. Keep it up. We'll speak to you soon.
You bet. Thank you very much.
Former Congressman Tom Tancredo, ladies and gentlemen. And it will be interesting to see how fast Congress does come up with something regarding sanctuary cities and what this president will do, if anything. And we'll keep an eye on that, certainly. Coming up, more of the Steve Malzberg Show. Don't go away.